I'm not creative. I'm not innovative. I can't think like that. These are things that you often hear from people when you are trying to create an organization or a mindset of innovation, of people who solve problems in creative and new ways. But today I'm going to show you 3 simple steps on how you can gamify innovation in your team or organization. This is Arthur Carmazzi, best-selling author and currently ranked as one of the world's top 10 thought leaders in organizational culture and leadership. And welcome to the Nights of Transformation. So we're going to be talking about 3 things that you can do, 3 simple steps in order to gamify innovation in your team and or organization. So let's get to it. Number 1 is going to be get the objectives of the results. So what exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to create innovation? No, you're not trying to create innovation. You're actually trying to solve problems. Why do you need innovation? Don't create objectives as being innovative. Create objectives as to what kinds of problems you are going to try to solve. Are you trying to solve marketing problems so that you can stay ahead of the competition? Are you trying to solve problems in technical processes so that you can improve your processes to be more effective, efficient, cost-effective, etc.? What are the results that you are trying to achieve? Don't go for innovation because that is not the actual goal. So create objectives related to the end results of what you are actually trying to achieve. Okay, number 2, in gamifying innovation, what we need to focus on are not the results that people get. I know you're saying, but Arthur, how is that possible? Results are what matters. Well, yes, but not if you're trying to create an environment where people are being innovative and creative to try to solve problems in new ways or trying to come up with new ideas to overcome the competition. Then what you need to focus on are the behaviors related to that. Why do we focus on the behaviors? Well, let me explain. First of all, let's just say that you have a report to do. And let's say that this report requires you to do 150 pages worth of research and details and everything else. Okay? When you start working on this report, you're going to be going, oh my gosh, this is too difficult, because the end of the result seems to be, well, kind of the far away. And so therefore, you procrastinate, and then, of course, when you do procrastinate, you're all stressed out because you need to get stuff done at the end. See, the result is often too far away to maintain the motivation required to maintain the mindset of actually doing it right. And innovation is the same thing. If you say, oh, this is the result you're going to get at the end, and this is when you're going to get some kind of reward or whatever, well, it's too far away. So what you have to do in order to gamify something is to be able to give fast, instant feedback. And in order to do that, you have to look at what behaviors are going to support those results. Why? Because if you're measuring behaviors, you are going to get quick, fast feedback on a regular basis that's going to keep you motivated and keep you going until you actually do get the result. Does that make sense? Because if you're just waiting for the result, people kind of give up, procrastinate, and, well, they're not so excited about a result that may or may not happen sometime in the future. Plus, if you're also rewarding and measuring behaviors, well, guess what? Okay, that is also going to be creating a viral effect where people on this side starting to look, oh, okay, and they're doing this, so I should be like this too. So you're creating an environment where people are essentially programmed to think and to behave in a specific way because this is what gets rewarded, okay? So remember, we're creating an environment of innovation to create innovative results. And that means focus on the behaviors, not on the end results, because the behaviors will get you the results and will create the entire environment in the process. Which of course brings us to the third step, which is measuring everything. Measuring everything. Now of course we're going to gamify it, so we got to measure it in a fun way. So we use the Squadly app, and Squadly, you can get it at squadly.com. So let me give you an idea of how we use Squadly in order to develop innovation. All right? So first of all, in Squadly, you need to go and set up objectives. So you go to squadly.com, you set up your account, and then one of the things that you first got to do is set up the objectives. Now, the objectives are going to be very specific to the behaviors, not to the results, because, well, you've got many different types of results, and you don't want to have so many different objectives. You want to have maybe 6, 7, 8 objectives maximum that are related to the behaviors that will eventually get thousands and thousands of awesome innovative results, right? So what we want to do is we want to create objectives. For example, let's say we want to create an objective that is solving old problems in new ways, okay? So that would be part of a behavior that we are trying to achieve, okay? Another innovation type of behavior might be acting on a new idea, right? So we've got these different objectives that you can create based on your organization, based on what you are trying to achieve, based on your overall objectives as an organization and the results you're trying to get. Remember, okay? So you got to work backwards. Get the results, identify the behaviors that are going to get the results, and now, of course, we create objectives based on the behaviors that we can give feedback to immediately. Now, the next part, you're going to set up very specific awards in Squadly. Now, these awards are not just going to be about innovation, they're going to be about being an innovation leader. Okay, they're about supporting innovation. So you don't want to just say leadership or teamwork or stuff like that. You want to be very specific on the types of innovation awards that you want to create. So that means, and Squadly allows you to set up your own awards and the images that go with those awards, and allows you to also set up points. So the ones, for example, like innovation leader, that means that you are taking others under your wing and helping them to be innovative. Well, maybe that's a higher point level than something like innovation support, for example. Okay? So then, of course, the next thing you do is you got to brief the team. Now, when you're briefing the team, of course, the first thing you got to do is set them up with Squadly. Okay? Then you got to set them up on how to check their ranks and how to use the 360-degree option. Why is 360-degree option important? Because you, as a leader, as a manager, you need to also know whether you are supporting innovation or not. Sometimes you may be accidentally doing things that prevent innovation, and it's important for them to give you feedback so that you are aware. Then, of course, you got to explain the results of how you determine and rate the behaviors related to innovation. So you got to give them some clarity on what all that means. Then you explain the rewards associated with being innovative. Now, of course, there's all kinds of rewards. We'll get into that later. It doesn't have to be something like money. It can be things like movie tickets. It can be something like some free days or whatever. You got all kinds of different benefits and things that you can give. It can be as simple as just putting your picture on the wall as like the innovative superhero of the week. Okay, and of course, coming back to week, we also need to support or tell them about weekly milestones to build habits of creating an innovation mindset. Okay, and the innovation mindset works best when you have weekly milestones. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. See, weekly milestones give you instant gratification, or at least quick and immediate gratification, so that way people can see what they're doing every week. They don't have to wait till the end of the month. Why? Because we live in a society where we kind of need to get instant feedback on Facebook, on chat, on all these different things. We want to know now what is going on, how we're doing, etc. So once you set that up, then of course you need to give feedback to the members on how their behaviors are doing. So you go into the individual's profile, whether it's the dashboard online or on the app itself, and you choose something like, for example, emoji. So you tell them how you're feeling about the actions that they have taken. So you can get great actions like, wow, that was a powerful thing you did in moving these people towards coming up with this new idea. Okay, so and each of these emojis has either positive or negative points. So for example, powerful, maybe +3 points. But let's say, they're just saying, none of this is going to work. You guys are, wasting your time. Well, that may create some frustration. And if it's frustrating, then what happens is that you may have a problem with these people, so you give them a frustration emoji, which is a -2 points. All right? And of course, you can also give them awards. You can give them awards that we have discussed earlier, the ones that you set up that were very specific to the kind of behaviors that you want to empower. Okay? Now, gamifying innovation has positives and negatives, okay? But there's a solution for this, because sometimes you got the people that are most innovative, like they're innovative all the time, and so they're getting like the most points on all these different things. Well, that can be demotivating to people that aren't necessarily in the top 3, or depending on the size of your team, the top 10, okay? So what you do is you have the different objectives. For example, let's say supporting innovation can be one of the objectives, all right? And you can have something that where people that support innovation and like really support others and teamwork and stuff like that, they maybe get more points on that one. So if you look by objective, you can get some people that are very high in one objective, even though they may be not as high in the overall picture. So you can show people and reward people based on the objectives that they are working with and supporting more heavily. Okay? Now, of course, all of this can be seen. You can see how people are working and innovating and everything else, how sometimes, you may be frustrated, how you get some negatives, some positives based on the overall perspective. And once you do that, you can give feedback and also do interventions where you see that some people are not really participating, not being innovative. You can give them some feedback in that way too, and do some interventions to make sure that they kind of get in the move and start being innovative. Okay, now of course all of this, you add some gamification elements like some rewards. Okay, you put up leaderboards, you have like time limits on stuff. Of course, you got the milestones, comparison. Hey, how did I do this month compared to last month? And of course, you can give badges, just like Boy Scouts, okay, or Girl Scouts. Okay, and you are creating this fun atmosphere where people are constantly trying to behave in an innovative way to create the objectives related to the results, and of course that creates more fun and people who thought they were being innovative, couldn't be innovative, suddenly find ways that they are being innovative depending on the different objectives that you have set. So if you want to do this, go to squadly.com. You'll be able to get it, download a free version of it, and you'll be able to do all kinds of really fun stuff to creating innovation in your team or organization. This is Arthur Carmazzi wishing you great success.